Probably came back from my grandfather. He knew and was around like A.J. Watson back in the day. So it's kind of always been around racing, or knew about it right from the speedway and sprint cars and midgets. And that's probably where the interest came from, just being at the racetrack with him, right? We'd go to the Hoosier 100 and stuff. And our family owned a lock shop in Indiana. It was the oldest lock shop in Indiana at the time. And so we started sponsoring a midget back with like Saturday Night Thunder, Thursday Night Thunder. And so it was around that from, 12, 13 years old. And been around it ever since. Didn't know what I was going to go do, had a job lined up at United. John called me and said, hey, I got a deal over at Forsyth at Players at the time. You want a job? I think I was 17 years old, took the job. Being here, even before Michael kind of owned the whole thing, right? When Barry was still around, Kim was around, and Kevin, Barry, which you always have a lot of respect for, and Michael probably didn't see a whole lot until he actually took kind of ownership of it, right? But just being around one of those guys you've kind of always looked up to, right? You never knew what made him click or what made it all happen, but now in kind of position, I'm around him a little bit more, and just to hear the stories, just to have some conversation, just to what makes him click, right? And the one thing that stands out is he's a racer, you know what I mean? And that's so cool, right? Just like blood, sweat, and tears, right? That's my main goal was car prep, car side of things, right? Personnel as far as pit stops, guys that go over the wall, just making sure everybody's on the same page, right? Communication, kind of the flow, make sure everybody's happy, make sure, right? I mean, you're not gonna please everybody, but it's what I enjoy, right? I've never been a person that's kind of been scheduled and everything's got to be by the book, right? The personalities, I think, what always made it. You don't do what we do to be gone, to be away from your family. This is our family, and we joke about it sometimes, but I mean, we're around these guys more than we are our families during the summer, right? And so you have to enjoy it, you have to love it, but that comes from the top too, right? And you got a problem, you got an issue. I think we're all the same way. That starts from the top. That starts from Mike and JF and Rob and these guys. And so when you have that comfort level, when you feel that way, it makes it easy. I think '07 when we won the 12-hour in class for the sports car deal was up there, and that was the highest probably up until we won the 500 with Ryan in 14. To be on a car, to be around here, right? Like, what do you want to do? You want to go win the Indy 500? Well, if I can't drive it, let me be on something, and that wins it, right? And so that was a crazy day. You'll never forget the taste of that milk. That's just the highlight, right? That'll be always in the back of my mind.